Hiya, it's Brian again from JAJ Pyrex. Apologies from the start for the lighting, but I thought it's a beautiful bright morning here, end of September, and the sun is shining through this window, and I thought it was a great opportunity to show off gravy boats, which I've been meaning to do, all different gravy boats, and I have a really good collection, almost all of them, really, of the JAJ Pyrex, made in England. So I thought I would start off at the beginning over here on the left with these sort of unusual ones. These are some of the earlier ones, and they're shaped like this. They have a single handle with a little thumb thing. This is just a teal blue one, plain. And this one I have this actual saucer for. Might be able to see it there in the sun, with the little gold ring around it. And the other ones I have, I don't actually have the saucers for. I have the yellow one. And then I have one of the snowflake ones, white. And then I have the teal blue snowflake one as well. So if anybody has any saucers for those and they want to give them up, send them to JAJ Pyrex. So I'll start off with the ordinary gravy boats. Now, I want to say this, gravy boats are probably the easiest of the collectible Pyrex to get your hands on, simply because I think that the Sunday dinner and the roast, where everybody always had gravy, in England especially, it's kind of gone out of fashion a little bit. People just don't eat that way anymore, so it's not necessary for everyone to pull out the gravy boat, for their meal all the time and get the gravy on. So, saying that, you can pick them up pretty cheap unless they're pretty rare, So I'll start off with the earlier style. There's two different styles of this sort of gravy boat, apart from those. And these are kind of more rounded. Here, I'll show you the difference. So this is the later ones, come later, early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, they changed to kind of that style. And you can see the shape difference. So they're still long, they're still about the same height, but they're just different. And the saucers are different too. The bases on these are a little bigger. These are longer. And these ones tend to wobble a wee bit in their saucers all the time. So if you have them displayed somewhere and you walk past, you'll hear them wobbling. So anyway, so I've got some of the earlier ones here to start with. The snowflake, again. The blue azure and the hawthorn pattern, which I've showed before in the hawthorn video. A June rose, beautiful pattern from the 60s. And then this is one of my later purchases that I got. I'm really, really pleased with. Picked this up. The wild fowl with the plate. And I got a big platter as well at the same time. 2 pounds for all that in a charity shop. Really, really happy with that. Now if we move on here, I've shown the red and yellow matchmaker before, and this is a really rare one to get your hands on. The red and yellow is not like the common blue and green matchmaker, which this is. So I have those. And then now we change the pattern styles, and you've got checkers here, which I've done a video of before, and then some of the later ones coming up into the late 60s, early 70s. This is your, something's going behind a cloud there for a second. This is your Autumn Glory. A little bit dusty, maybe that one is. And oh yeah, the plants. Here at JAJ Pyrex, one of the first things that we started putting plants in was these gravy boats, because we thought it looked really great with these little succulent plants, which they do. We've got them all over the place. Here's a cottage rose pattern. Another one of the many rose patterns that JAJ do. And then we'll finish off with the Carnaby one, or Tempo, we call it, pattern from the early 70s, 72 I think that started. And then I've got a couple here that I don't have saucers for again, so people see, this one's a little faded, dishwasher damage, and that's your silver birch pattern. It should be a little brighter, a little darker than that, and I need the plate for it, the saucer, and then the snowflake one here, which I also need a saucer for. So again, anyone's got saucers for those, send them to Brian at JAJ Pyrex. Thank you very much.